Lucky ones, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 most overpowered Warzone SMGs. Now, I think a lot of YouTubers specifically go over just the recoil and the TTK, but I'm throwing a lot more factors such as mobility, viability, as well as, different perks you can pair up these weapons when playing Rebirth and Warzone together. So I'll be using those third-party factors alongside the stats to finally give you guys the top 5 best SMGs in my opinion. And in the comment section below, this is my list, but I really want to know what your guys' list is, or just let me know what your #1 SMG currently. And I know the meta changes, but right now, what is your go-to SMG? Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, and only if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you guys to do with those push notifications on so you guys know every single time we're uploading a new video. We got a lot of new videos coming at you guys, and we got that new sub actually dropping tomorrow, so we'll make sure to cover that. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out. Rank number 5 on the list is going to be the MP7, and I think the only Modern Warfare gun we have ranked on this list is going to be the Monolithic Suppressor MP7 build with the FSS Strike. Now, a lot of people will ask, why don't you just rock the Recon with it? You could, but then you would switch out the Commander Foregrip for the Serpent Wrap for the ADS time. But for me, I just like to rock the FSS Strike and then reduce the ADS time. Don't need help with the recoil because, for honestly, I mean, the MP7 is not that hard to use. Then we got the tac laser for the faster ADS, as well as the aiming stability and the aiming walking steadiness. So as I'm strafing a little bit, it's not going to be jumping the crosshairs as much. Alongside that, the 60 round mag and the Commando foregrip. Now you could swap out the 60 for the 50 depending on how fast you want to play, because you're going to get that mobility boost to it. But overall, man, the MP7 isn't a gun that's hard hitting, but it's a gun that you could maybe rock Ghost off with if you're playing Warzone, or if you're playing Rebirth. I think you rock Tempered off of it. So one of the most versatile weapons, and it's been a gun that's been in the meta for a while now. It's the old reliable, and ranked number 5 on our list. So jump into the clips. All right, so I want to talk specifically on this gun, on why I rank it top 5, and we're gonna go over guns on why I didn't rank your other favorite guns. But the MP7 is a gun that you can build in multiple ways. Now, the most versatile build is the one I just showed you guys, and it's something you can use at long distance, even close distance, which we'll see in a couple fights just like that. But why I rank this gun a lot higher than I ranked such of your guns like the PPSH or even the MP5 Modern Warfare is that this gun specifically, you could run with nothing else. You could run it with Tempered instead of Overkill and be able to take fights at any range possible. I think right here, we're gonna go for a little bit of a hip fire shot. I think the next one I jump out. Yeah, a little bit of a close quarter gunfight right here. Gonna have a person jumping out, able to land on those headshots. The headshot multiplier is good as well, so it doesn't have the best damage TTK, but it is a gun that's, that versatility is gonna what knocks it up on the rank of 5 out of our top 5 list. So one of my favorite guns. Let me know what you guys think. Now, this is one of the more complex builds when it comes down to the Mag 10, alongside the Agency Task Force, where we got Tiger Team Spotlight to up that mobility boost, and that's why we rank this gun where it's at, is because it's mobility power. But because of that, we sacrifice something. We're going to be rocking the no stock. Now, a lot of times people are asking, why aren't you running the Raider or the fast radius like a normal SMG build? Is because with that mobility boost, we like to have the gun built more snappy. If you don't know what that means, as long as you have good centering, which I explained in other videos, and your cross is right on and throw that snap on, it's a lot harder to lose track of your opponent because you don't have that sway, nor do you have the ADS when you're the walking speed. So the no stock's going to help out with that, and it's got, I think, faster sprint to fire time, which is important when you have that fast mobility gun. And we're rocking the 53 round mag, one of the best magazine size to rock with the Mag 10. Don't change anything. Don't go for the reload time. Go for the standard 50 round mag. You can sacrifice that ADS time just because we got those attachments built for it. So next gun we're gonna be talking about is going to be the Mag 10. Now, one of the guns that was actually, I would rank this #1 maybe a month or 2 ago, but unfortunately, as the meta changes and guns get better and guns get worse or don't get touched at all, not updated with the current meta, they start to slack a little bit. But it's still one of the best guns to use. As you can see, very, very good at medium range. But I think what puts this gun so high is not that it's very good close to medium range and not this versatile build similar to the MP7, but it's going to be that mobility factor that it does have, alongside the recoil that it doesn't have. This gun's very easy to control. Not as easy to control as the MP7, but if you're looking for a gun that hits a little bit harder, this is gonna be a gun to use. Why this gun also is ranked very, very high on this list is going to be its magazine size. This is a magazine size that hits its high 50s, or 53 actually, and compared to the Modern Warfare MP5 that sits at 45, it's not gonna be able to hold up to its value. So you're playing solo squads, solo trios, or anything above solos, this is a gun that's gonna be able to be something that's used, and it's a good sniper support weapon as well. Now let's talk about the Bullfrog and where it's ranked at, why it's ranked at. But first, let's go over the class. Now we got the Groove Suppressor with the Task Force, and then alongside that, KGB Skeletal Stock. Now you'll see those 3 kind of in common with a lot of these subs, but what's going to change is that 65 round mag is not going to be a fast mag. Instead, it's going to be a regular 65. Like I said, in Rebirth Extreme, you could swap that out for the 85 round mag, but that's not necessarily going to be the case here. I've also seen players in solo game modes go for the fast mags and just rock the standard. I think it's 50, which isn't bad, but highly recommend if you're going to rock the 50, at least rock it with the fast mag, just so you have that quick reload time. And don't go anything above duos, because after that, you're not going to have much luck. And then We're going to touch up on the ADS time on the Bullfrog. Now, though, this could be, you know, switch out between the Tiger Team Spotlight or the Serpent Wrap. I'm going to go for the faster ADS because I'm playing Rebirth Island, but maybe if you're playing Warzone, I would highly recommend going to Tiger Team Spotlight for that extra mobility boost instead of the ADS speed. All right, so now on to actually one of my favorite weapons. I can't rank it too high. I'm not going to take any of my personal feelings and put it as number one because it's not. But one of my favorite guns that I've used for a long time, if you've been by the stream, you guys know that, as the Bullfrog. Now, why the Bullfrog is so good? Imagine the MP7 and the MAC-10 had a baby, it would be the Bullfrog. Not only that, but it's got a magazine size of 65, and if you even want to crank that up, you could actually put 85 on it. But the mobility does go down when you go to the 85, but if you're playing in Rebirth Extreme mode, or even just, you don't really need anything other than Rebirth Extreme mode to run the 85 mag on it. But it's a gun that is going to be able to have that option for you, and it's a close range gun. I don't think there's any other sub that can hold that much ammo that close. I think the diamond pistol does at 80, but again, the recoil is not there, nor is the damage. This gun in itself is something that is versatility. You guys, if you use it, you know it gets you out in any situation possible. As you see, I'm going for these medium fire shots, and I have it running with the sniper as well. Close range, it's no problem, and it's very easy to hit your headshots. Now, I'll talk about a lot of my recoil videos where you start aiming at the chest and then work your way up to the head. Well, this gun has literally no recoil, and it's got a little bit of a vertical kick to it. It should be no problem when going for those quick headshots, especially when you're working a player down. If you're not a fan of throwing knives as well, and you want to, you know, get a quick kill, and it's not going to be a throwing knife, the Bullfrog is going to be it because it's got so much ammo to work with. As you see here up close, it's going to be no problem. Throwing knife action as well, working down here, over the top jump, quick kill with the Bullfrog. Rank number 3 out of the 5. And rank number 2 on our list is gonna be the Cold War MP5 over the Modern Warfare MP5, specifically for the attachments and what caters to this weapon over the regular Modern Warfare MP5. We're gonna get the agency and the task force paired up together with the Raider stock, which is similar to the KGB skeletal stock, but instead that's what they have on these types of submachine guns. The 53 round mug and the Serpent Wrap. Now, like I mentioned before, this gun, or like I'm gonna mention, this gun has a lot of kick to it, and this is the most versatile build to it. But if you want to switch out the Serpent Wrap, you can, and go ahead and throw on the SFOD because the vertical recoil shouldn't be something you struggle with, and then you also get the sprinting move speed, so you could throw that on. But you'll lose that ADS time. Overall, though, this build, if you get comfortable with it, you will promise you will slay out with it. Now we're going to go ahead and jump onto the Cold War MP5. This gun in itself is one of the hardest hitting weapons in the arsenal we got going up right now. If you guys haven't guessed what number 1 is, but this is number 2. But why this gun isn't there yet isn't because it's TTK. Because yes, although its TTK does lack a little bit compared to the number 1 spot, but it's going to be that recoil. If you pick up this gun and you're not somebody who plays as often, or you're constantly switching in your secondaries and the recoil patterns changing, the Cold War MP5 isn't gonna be the gun for you. Yes, it does hit hard, but you shouldn't pick up a gun just because it hits hard. There's a lot of other factors to take in consideration. Running this on Rebirth, I've noticed a little bit of kick to it, and the hip fire is not as great either. However, if you're able to land those shots, especially up close, the headshot multiplier and the damage is going to make up for that. As you see here, I'm able to make a lot of plays, but the one thing also that slacks on it is its ammo count. Its ammo count isn't as great as a lot of the other weapons I listed previously. But I mean, like I said, the damage makes up for it, so it's good to go. I'm able to still make the plays I need to, but your playstyle needs to change as well. This gun itself, again, isn't the best beginner weapon, so if you want to switch up the build and run the SFOD grip, you can, but then you lose that mobility factor of it. So I think this is the most versatile build with the weapon that gives you the mobility, gives you a fast TTK and a fast ADS, and that's really how you have to build this gun. So that's why it's not ranked number 1. It's very, very good, but you have to be very specific on how you build it, and if you're not comfortable with the current build I'm showing you guys, then I would recommend it not using it at all. Look at this little bit of a slide cancels the right hand side, going inside the building. Hip fire shots are there, but not the best. They'll turn and burn, and let's go now to number 1. Let's talk about the number 1 ranking, and that's going to be the OTS. Now, the OTS is going to be ran with the GRU suppressor alongside the task force. Just like I mentioned before, those two are properly paired together for that damage, effective damage at range, alongside the KGP skeletal stock with that mobility boost to be exact. So you guys know specifically, we're talking about the ADS, aim walking speed, and the sprint to fire time. One of the biggest things here is the sprint to fire time, and that's why we touch up on it one more time with the Serpent Wrap. The ADS time alongside the sprint to fire time is like rocking the GRU suppressor with the task force. It's going to help you ADS and get those shots off a little bit quicker and help your reaction time improve as much as possible. Of course, you got to run the 45 round mag, but this is one of the only SMGs we run, not just the plain 45 round mag or the max magazine size, but it's gonna be the one we rock with the fast mag to it. So it's a 40 plus a fast mag, help you get those quick reload times. Again, the 40 is gonna sneak up on you, like I mentioned in the video. It's a gun that kind of got overlooked at when it first released, but I mean, right now is the most probably, I would say, the #1 ranking SMG ever. And if you disagree with me, well, I think you're crazy. The SMG of the OTS is not only really good TTK, it's got really good mobility. It's a fast gun to use. TTK is amazing, and not only that, recoil is not too crazy. If you're using it properly as a sub, you shouldn't have any problem with it. It's got less recoil than the MP5, which I ranked this a little bit higher. Well, that's why I rank it higher. So without having that recoil, with having a good mobility and fast TTK, that's why this gun's gonna be very dominating. Now, one department or two departments that does lack in, because it's not a perfect gun. It's not the best meta, but in the current meta, it is. Two departments lacking on. It's the ammo count. Unless you're playing with duos or solos, you got to play this very specific, because that 40 mag is going to slowly but surely creep up on you, and you're going to start noticing you have a little bit of trouble, going for the 3rd or 4th kill. The second thing is, now this might be just a controller thing, but I noticed I lose aim assist with this gun very frequently. I don't know if you guys do too, but it's a gun that I found myself losing aim assist more than any other gun possible. But again, it does make up for the category, and that might be something that's just catered to me. But it's a gun that it's really good to use. Sniper support, gonna use that with the car, could use that with any other gun. But no, this gun is ranked #1, especially because every pro player is using it, and there's a reason for that. The TTA is insane. The hipfire also well isn't the best. But again, when you look at the pros compared to the cons, this is one of the best weapons currently out right now. A little bit of an OTS action there. So, and real quick, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little bit of an SMG breakdown. If you guys want me to do the ARs, let me know in the comment section below. But once again, let me know what your #1 ranking SMG is. If it's not the OTS, argue with me. I would love to hear more about your opinions in the comments. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.